All right, you guys, Greg and Ashley are back with round 5. Round 5, Ashley's goal is still to stay entrenched in the city to protect it and stay in place. So she did have a small group of riflemen infantry here, which my tanks shot at them, got rid of 2, my mortars, but they didn't do anything. My other Panzer II eliminated them. So she lost a group of riflemen. There was nothing here for these guys to shoot at within range. This tank did fire at her rifleman. And what did I do?
You got all the armor plus 3 between...
So there's 2 left of this.
Yes.
But then on Ashley's turn, her only move she could make is she fired the anti-air. Where, Ash?
And the anti-air against this guy.
And you just took his defense off, but didn't do anything. However...
No, I took one out. Did I?
No, not this round. The last one you did, though.
The next one.
Or one of the others. But her anti-tank group took out my MG crew. So I lost that. So I'm dwindling down, and Ashley's still retaining the city. So now it's onward to round 6, and we'll see what happens there.
There it is.
All right, end of round 6. So this one, there wasn't much going on, you guys. Ashley got initiative. She fired her anti-air at my Panzer II, and I lost another unit, so I'm down to 1. These are worth 3 units. And I'm just down to 1 at this point.
Greg found some mines.
I rolled in this one as a mine. I rolled my proxy tank into a mine.
And there's still one more in there somewhere.
And there's one more hidden. Because I moved so far, I could not use them to shoot. I moved up my tanks, my mortars, the mortars in the back. And that was it. I stayed stationary, and I was able to fire on the riflemen, but I didn't have any effect on that. Their defense in the city here is pretty high.
Nice. It does help.
Round 6 was basically just movement and nothing else, because there wasn't anything else to object. And since I lost my machine gun crew the last time, that was the only... Them and the riflemen were the only viable things I could move, but it's kind of in a bad area. So onward to round 7.
Okay.
All right, end of round 7 now. Kind of a stalemate. You see, everything was moved up last time, so I concentrated on working on my mortars, got a point off her anti-air. My Panzer II failed to do anything. This Panzer II did destroy it, and my Panzer III went after her infantry. That were the only things that were open at that time. We're a little unclear of the mines, you guys, so if you happen to let us know, we've never played with the mines. It sounds like they stay in the square, and I'm betting every turn if you're in the square, you get damage. That's what would make sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, but it doesn't say that.
But it doesn't specifically say that. So Ashley finally lost her anti-air, which was just pummeling my guys, because she did do damage. This group is down to 1. This group is down to 1. This group is down to 2. So my tanks have been... There's not as much as what it looks like. So technically, it's almost... Well, it'd be almost correct, because these represent 3. But this is just 1. This is 1. This is 2. So narrowing down her troops, 2. So... We're going to go to round 8 and see what happens there.
26, 36, 46, 56.
You got to push end.
Ha! Okay.
So we're ready. It's round 8. I did decide to move my guys off of
You didn't keep getting
the mines
killed.
Because we figured if you're still in the same mine-infested area, for what we're going to do until we know any better, because the rules aren't clear, is the beginning of the round, if your units are still there, you're going to roll and take damage. That's something we're going to do, because technically, if you're in a minefield, you're
gonna keep getting
you're gonna
damage.
get damage or something more than likely. So these two got more damage. I'm down to one tank. This guy moved. Let's see. My Panzer 3 here shot at the infantry, nothing. My mortars shot at her HQ, they failed. And then I moved everything else. So little bits, not really much on my end, although Ashley's got rid of all their defense on my HQ and almost eliminated them. There's only one guy standing. See these models here, you can move and pull out, but Ashley glued them all in.
Not all of them.
Well, you'll see like pegs on those. See the pegs in there? So, however, that's just kind of it. So, that is the end of round 8, right, Ash?
Yep, end of round 8.
Well, this group's hanging on by 1. Yeah, put them back where they were. So all she needs to do is get rid of 1. She just needs to be very fortunate. 1, 2, 3. If she can get three units out of there.
Well, with your tanks now in the city,
you have to get them out. Do I get more victory points at the end of this round?
No, because you don't have another one in here.
Oh.
If you would have been able to get one more in, then yes.
Piffity. Alright, so that's the end of round 8. So don't forget, every Sunday, 4 p.m., you guys, Central is our show. Don't forget our coffee and tea shop, gamerswithcoffee.shop. Fresh ordered coffee, not like all the other people doing somewhat the same. We did some thorough research on where we're getting our stuff from. Of course, we got merch, coffee cups, whatever. But we'd really appreciate you leaving a like and a comment and sharing it. And we will catch you with the next go-around.